A bunch of men pick up a cocaine shipment in the middle of the sea in the opening scene of Hotel Cocaine's Mutiny Episode 1. After attacking and killing the first group, another group steals the cocaine. As the scene shifts, revelers are seen having a wild time at the Mutiny Club and Hotel, Miami's hottest club. Everybody who was anybody comes to the club. Movie stars and drug dealers alike enjoy themselves greatly at the club. Setting aside personal grudges, the Mutiny Club served as Miami's drug scene Switzerland, a place where law enforcement officers socialized with drug dealers. Everyone was focused on having fun and avoiding trouble. We meet Roman Comp, the club manager, who is in charge of ensuring that everyone has a good time at the club. He enjoys working for his laid-back, enjoyable boss, Burton Greenberg. He is currently thrilled because a well-known reporter will be visiting the club to do a Rolling Stone article. But he sends Roman to amuse him because he fears that the DEA agent at the bar would start a fight. Zulio, a DEA agent, is there, but not for pleasure, rather, he's there to ruin Roman's life. Roman is asked by Zulio to contact his estranged brother Nestor Cabal. At the moment, Nestor is Miami's largest supplier of cocaine, and the drugs that were taken were his. Zulio wants Roman to be his new informant because one of his informants was slain during the raid. Roman objects to the proposal as one might anticipate, but Zulio uses Valeria, his daughter, to persuade Roman to comply. Roman's first task is to speak with Nestor's man, Chucho, who is presently at the club, and obtain information. That turns out to be challenging because Chucho declines Roman's request to schedule a meeting with his supervisor. Roman then goes up to one of the female performers at the club, Janice, to utilize her talents to find Nestor's home. Naturally, Janice charms the facts as soon as Chucho says them. Burton, on the other hand, is shocked to find that Hunter is not interested in writing about his club, but rather the history of his family. Burton is distant from his wealthy and powerful political family. He finds it shocking that Hunter wants information about his family. When he consults Janice for counsel, she recommends that Burton grant Hunter his wish despite the steep price. She thinks Hunter will soon discover Burton's secret, so it's wise to be ahead of the game. Burton disagrees and finds her advice disappointing. Roman, meantime, begins to feel nervous about seeing his brother again. When his daughter declares she doesn't care about Cuba during breakfast, he snaps at her. Roman feels let down since, despite the government's mistreatment of him, Cuba is their homeland. He holds Fidel Castro responsible for the passing of his first wife and his incarceration. He yet wants for his daughter to remember her ancestry. When Roman visits Nestor the next day, Chucho is shocked to discover that Roman and Nestor are brothers. Roman is greeted by Nestor, who listens to him out. Even though he believes Roman has abandoned him, he is moved when the latter offers to provide him knowledge in exchange for funds to cover Valeria's college expenses. But Nestor doesn't trust Roman, so he orders him to murder one of the men who stole the drugs recently. Roman is opposed to it, but he takes the man's life by pulling the trigger, winning his brother's faith in the process. When he runs with Zulio at the club later that evening, he tells him about Nestor's scheme to get his narcotics back. The drug thieves have already made contact and demanded that Nestor purchase the drugs back. Zulio demands to know the meeting place because he is certain that it won't be as simple as exchanging money. After receiving the information from Roman promptly, Zulio gets his troops ready. Roman is unaware that Chucho doesn't trust him, so he persuades Nestor to reschedule their meeting. Burton follows Janice's suggestion and tells Hunter the truth during this time. As it turns out, Burton obtained access to the club by forging his father's signature on loan documents. Burton's family will take retribution if this is revealed. In the end, he'll lose the club and get locked up. Burton cannot afford to betray his family for this reason. He requests that Hunter concentrate on the club's legacy and its significance to the community. Though he is unaware that he has stirred up trouble, he believes he has persuaded Hunter and found the solution. Roman meets with Zulio and his colleagues away from the club. Although he implies that Zulio and his men are ill-prepared, the agent disregarded his advice. After everything is in order, Roman meets with Nestor, prepared to fight. When Nestor informs him that Chucho stayed but changed the place, he is taken aback. Roma knows that Chucho will report his betrayal to Nestor and go to the police. Still, he chose to prioritize the trade-off. As Zulio predicted, Nestor defends himself and launches an attack on the opposing squad. Chucho enters as the shots fly, and Roman is the first to notice him. They look at each other for a split second before Roma shoots Chucho. As he is about to kill him again, Nestor notices him and orders his troops to disperse. He hastily dumps Chucho outside the hospital with Roman. Nestor offers prayers for Chucho's recuperation, while Roman hopes a speedy favor from the Grim Reaper. The review of the episode. As spectators wait to see what will happen between the two brothers, Hotel Cocaine gets off to a great start. Agent Zulio unfortunately forced Roman along this path. He was unaware of Roman's potential. From what we understand, Roman is a highly brilliant individual with military experience. He is determined to succeed. We can't help but wonder, though, if he will sacrifice all for his brother or the police. Conversely, there's Burton and his Hunter issue. It's been said that you should never trust journalists, but it seems like Burton missed the memo. Hunter is more interested in dismantling Burton's family than preserving the club's tradition. Regretfully, it appears that Burton will suffer the most when this conflict breaks out. I am quite excited to read what Hunter wrote and how it will serve as the catalyst for everything.